When people think of the Caribbean, they picture paradise, sun, sand, rum, and carnival. But what if I told you that beneath the tourist brochures and reggae playlists, the Caribbean is still colonized? Not in a metaphorical sense. Literally, right now, in 2025. From Puerto Rico to Martinique, from Curacao to the Cayman Islands, millions of Caribbean people live in territories that are not independent nations. Their passports, economies, and even their democracy are controlled by foreign powers. This is the hidden story of the unfinished decolonization of the Caribbean. In the mid-20th century, as African and Asian nations broke free from European empires, the Caribbean followed. Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Lucia one by one, islands declared independence. But here's the twist. Not all of them did. Today, the Caribbean remains one of the most colonized regions on Earth. Britain still holds onto Bermuda, the British Virgin Islands, the Cayman Islands, Anguilla, Montserrat, and Turks and Caicos. France rules Martinique, Guadeloupe, French Guiana, Saint Martin, and Saint Barthélemy. The Netherlands keeps Aruba, Curaçao, Bonaire, Saba, Saint Eustatius, and Saint Martin. And Puerto Rico remains a U.S. colony. Yes, colony. Even if Washington prefers the term territory. The Caribbean was the laboratory of European empire. Slavery, sugar, and genocide built this system. As historian Eric Williams argued in Capitalism and Slavery, the commercial capitalism of the 18th century developed the wealth of Europe by means of slavery and monopoly. When formal slavery ended in the 19th century, Europe shifted tactics. Rather than fully relinquish control, colonial powers rebranded their empires. They allowed some islands independence, but strategically kept others. Why? Economics and geopolitics. France calls its colonies overseas departments. Britain labels them overseas territories. The United States says Commonwealth, but strip away the euphemisms. And you'll find the same old colonial relationship, foreign domination with local populations lacking full sovereignty. Puerto Rico is perhaps the clearest example. After the United States invaded the island in 1898, it never left. Puerto Ricans are United States citizens, but they cannot vote for president. Their representative in Congress has no vote, and Congress can override local laws at will. As scholar Yarimar Bonilla writes in Non-Sovereign Futures, Puerto Rico's status reveals the ways in which colonialism has not ended, but been reconfigured. When Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico in 2017, billions in recovery funds were delayed or withheld. That disaster exposed the brutal truth. Puerto Rico is not treated as equal, it's treated as expendable. Then there's the French Caribbean, Martinique, Guadeloupe, French Guiana. On paper, they are fully part of France. People there vote in French elections. They carry EU passports. But that integration comes with contradictions. In the 20th century, Caribbean thinkers like Aimé Césaire of Martinique demanded equality with France, hoping that full citizenship would mean dignity. Yet, the economy of these islands remains dependent, dominated by imports and subsidies from Paris, and there are darker legacies. From 1972 to 1993, the French government sprayed Martinique and Guadeloupe's banana plantations with chlordecone, a toxic pesticide banned elsewhere. To this day, over 90% of the population carries traces of this poison in their blood. That is not just an environmental issue, it's colonial violence, repackaged in the modern age. And Britain, its empire may have shrunk, but it never disappeared. The Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, and Bermuda have become global financial hubs, tax havens, where corporations and the ultra-rich hide trillions of dollars. These islands are crucial to Britain's global economic system. Their people often sidelined. As scholar Hilary Beckles reminds us in Britain's Black Debt, the Caribbean has long subsidized European wealth, first through slavery, now through offshore finance structures that serve foreign elites far more than locals. Here's the core truth. Decolonization in the Caribbean was partial. It was never complete. Some islands got flags and national anthems. Others got special statuses that sound modern but mask colonial control. The language changed, but the power relations remained. So the next time someone tells you colonialism ended, ask them to look at the Caribbean. Millions still live under foreign rule. Their land, their economies, their political futures are shaped elsewhere. And that raises a question for all of us in the region and diaspora. What does true decolonization look like? Is it independence? Is it reparations? Is it something beyond the nation state itself? The Caribbean has always been at the center of the world's greatest struggles: slavery, capitalism, empire. And it will be at the center of imagining what freedom can really mean.